Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Hey, Squiz Kids! Before we jump headlong into the podcast today, you might have been wondering, where on earth is Bryce? Don't worry, he hasn't just slept through his alarm or forgotten to check his calendar. And no, I haven't secretly done away with him so I can have the podcast all to myself. And just to prove it, he sent a little message all the way from Paris. Take it away, Bryce.
Hello Squiz Kids, it's Bryce here. Happy new school year. If you've been wondering where I've been this past week, I'm travelling overseas. In Paris today and on my way to London tonight. And you know who I'm here with? Your favourite internet detective dog and mine, Squizzy the Newshound. That's right, Squizzy and I are on a big world tour, visiting schools, meeting other internet detectives and comparing notes. But don't panic, we'll be back next week, and we can't wait to hop back into your ears. In the meantime, have some fun and learn some stuff with Christy while we're gone. Oh, and be sure to have yourselves a most excellent day. Over and out.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Christy Kijarina. It's Monday, February 3. In Squiz Kids Today, a volcano gets a voice. DeepSeek disrupts tech world, a record-breaking spacewalk, and a Van Gogh in the garage. That's what's making news, kid style.
The Lowdown.
Have you heard the name DeepSeek? If not, don't feel too bad. It even took the world's tech experts by surprise when it burst onto the scene last week. DeepSeek is a new AI chatbot, kind of like ChatGPT, Copilot or Gemini, but with a big difference. While ChatGPT took hundreds of millions of dollars to build and runs on thousands of the world's most advanced computer chips, DeepSeek's creators claim their chatbot cost under $10 million to train, runs on just 2,000 older style computer chips, and is completely free. And open source, meaning anyone can build their own custom AI tools using its code. Now, none of this has been officially verified, but DeepSeek quickly hit 5 to 6 million users and shot up to number 1 in Apple's App Store last week, overtaking ChatGPT. Sounds exciting, right? But not everyone's happy. DeepSeek's sudden rise wiped nearly $1 trillion Aussie dollars. That's one with 12 zeros, off the value of an American company called NVIDIA that specialises in making the high-tech chips powering AI. Then there are concerns about security and censorship. Some worry that because DeepSeek is Chinese-owned, the government could monitor or limit what it says. And the creator of ChatGPT, Sam Altman, at first welcomed DeepSeek, but now questions whether it used ChatGPT's data without permission. One thing is clear, AI is getting cheaper, faster, and more accessible, changing the future of school, home life, work, and play in ways we're only beginning to imagine.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed on a volcano on the west coast of New Zealand's North Island, where something pretty incredible has just happened. Now, you might already know about Mount Taranaki, especially if you've seen the 2024 kids movie The Mountain that showcases its breathtaking beauty. And if you haven't, well, what are you waiting for? But here's the big news. Taranaki Maunga, its original Maori name, is now officially a person. Well, sort of. under New Zealand law, the towering 2,518-metre volcano has been granted the same legal rights as a human being. That means it has the right to be protected, respected, and even have specially chosen people speak and act on its behalf. It might sound wild, but for the Maori people, Taranaki Manga has always been an ancestor, a living, sacred part of their world. And Taranaki isn't alone. It joins Te Urewera Forest and Wanganui River in being recognised as a legal person, an idea that helps to protect these natural wonders while still allowing people to visit, hike, ski and soak in the scenery. So, if you're lucky enough to visit Taranaki Manga, remember, you're not just looking at a mountain, you're looking at a legal person with more rights than your little brother when it comes to bedtime negotiations.
Spaced out.
Imagine booking an Airbnb for a week and getting stuck there for 8 months without being able to go outside. That's pretty much what happened to NASA astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore, except their Airbnb was the International Space Station. Way back in June last year, you might remember they blasted off aboard Boeing's Starliner, expecting to stay in space for just 8 days. But when their spacecraft's thrusters malfunctioned, their return trip was put on hold again and again. And just last Thursday, after 8 months, they finally got to step outside. Outside the ISS, that is, into the blackness of space. Their spacewalk wasn't just for fresh air, not much of that up there. They were out there fixing a faulty antenna. And get this, it was Suni's 9th spacewalk, breaking the record for the most time spent spacewalking by a female astronaut, over 62 hours in total. So, all going to plan, the pair are set to return to Earth in March or April aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon. Because when one spaceship leaves you stranded, you just catch a ride home with another one.
Believe it or not.
Have you ever been to a garage or a yard sale? Maybe you've even scored a cool toy or a boogie board or a funky lamp. But I'm willing to bet you've never walked away with a lost masterpiece worth $15 million. Well, that's what might have happened when a bargain hunter in Minnesota in the USA picked up a painting for $50 back in 2019. Fast forward 6 years, and some experts now believe it's a long-lost work by Vincent van Gogh, one of history's most famous artists. Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, the Dutch painter behind Starry Night, Sunflowers, and The Bedroom. I've stuck a link in the episode notes if you want to take a look at his amazing work. Van Gogh may have created the piece titled Elimar in 1889 while living in a French hospital for mental illnesses. A team of 15 experts have spent years examining the painting's materials, the brushstrokes, and even a red hair found stuck in the paint, which turned out to belong to a human male. If authenticated, the painting will be worth a fortune. So next time your parents drag you to a garage sale, don't roll your eyes, you might just uncover a masterpiece.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Name the Chinese AI chatbot rivaling ChatGPT. That's right, it's called DeepSeek. Question number 2. For how many months have the NASA astronauts been stuck on the ISS? That would now be 8 months. Question number 3. Which nationality was painter Vincent van Gogh? Did you say Dutch? That's right, he came from the Netherlands.
shout-outs.
It's Monday, February 3, and music's biggest party, the 67th Grammy Awards, is happening today in Los Angeles, California. This morning, the stars will be strutting their stuff on the red carpet, and the big award show kicks off around lunchtime Aussie time. With performances from Chappell Rowan, Sabrina Carpenter and Charlie XCX, it's set to be a show packed with music, sparkle and plenty of excitement. It's also a special day for these Squiz kids celebrating a birthday today and tomorrow. Leah from Rose Bay, Edison from Vermont South, Hayden from Cherrybrook, Archie from Castlemaine, Divjot from Forest Lake, and Lucas and Ace from Shanghai, China, who are currently travelling in Melbourne. And belated birthday shout-outs go to Nicholas from Ivanhoe, Henry from Annalee, Hayley from Cherrybrook, and Abigail from Yamanto. And for those states back at school, classroom shout-outs this week go to Class 6E with Miss Harford at Sherwood State School, Class 5-6E with Miss Katez at Dandenong South Primary School, Class 5A with Mr Guy at Mansfield State School, and the Year 6 class with Miss Bailey from Imeo Road State School in Rural View. What a beautiful part of the world. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or teachers, if you want to start the year with a special classroom shout out for your brand new class, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow with a shortcut to learning disabilities. A fascinating topic, and the more we understand one another, the stronger and kinder our world becomes. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.